Hey Titan, welcome to another live Titan training. So every Friday we do this live training to give you as much value as we can. And today I want to talk about time. There's a lot of business owners that struggle with time and not having enough time to do everything that they want to do or to find a structure that helps them move forward, being more productive, doing more in less time, basically. Now, the concept of time is not new, right? Everybody is talking about that. And as business owners, it can be really frustrating to see how time moves forward and that we feel like we're not getting anything done. It becomes overwhelming because time doesn't stop. If you look at the clock right now, it keeps ticking. So, what do you do? How do you make sure that you're actually as productive as possible so you can get the things done that moves the business also forward, that you're not just busy being busy. And that concept is something that I have been thinking about and trying to master myself for a long time. And last year I was working my freelance job, still like a 9 to 5 freelance job. I was also jumping into technology, building technology on the side. And I was also being a sales manager for another coaching company, which I also enjoy doing. So I was doing three of those things at the same time. Oh, and did I mention that at that time I moved to Barcelona as well, like in a new country, a new city, and I was still doing everything like I was doing when I was at home. So, how did I do that? How did I make sure that I didn't get overwhelmed, that I didn't burn out, basically? And that's what I'm going to show you today, at least small pieces of it, because there's a whole um, theory and there's a whole strategy behind how I use the time for myself. And this is also what I have put in the time management course on technology. You can check it out if you go to our technology platform. But what I want to talk about today is really about a small piece, which is an important piece because you need to understand why this is really the number one secret. If I say this, the number one secret to make sure that you can do more in less time. And it's not so much about being more productive, because being more productive also means that you're going to do or try to do more and more and more and more in the same time. It's really more about how to do more in less time. It means for me how to do more of one thing in less time. So this is what I've put a little bit in a presentation. Let me show you. So the fact about time is we want to make sure that we are focused on what we do in the specific time that we have. And the focus is a big point because if we're not focused and we try to cram in as much as we can in that time slot, then we're going to be productive, maybe, but we're going to be switching between contexts so much that we lose focus on everything and basically we're not getting anything done, not anything decently done. So how I call it basically is this is also coming from the Scrum principles. I'm a Scrum master, so I know all about Agile principles. And one of those things that they mention is doing twice as much in half the time. Now, this is different as doing a lot of things at the same time, right? For me, it's really about putting the focus in that specific time frame. One task, one subject that you're going to work on in that time frame. And the important piece here is that you set the time frame. So it can be 1 hour, for example. I like to use blocks of 1 hour to really work on a specific topic, a specific category, something that I feel like I need to do this for my business to move forward. So I set that hour. So that's what I do. And by putting it in an hour and setting that deadline of an hour, so I know that once the hour is done, I have to stop with this task. I have to stop with this and I have to switch to something else, right? By putting a deadline on that time block, we're put like it's also in our mind, like we know that we need to finish that in that 1 hour, and by putting that there, we're going to be much more focused on what we're doing, and by focusing more on what we're doing, we're going to have much more productivity. We will be advancing much faster in what we're doing. So let's say that we want to update our site, for example, or we want to create an email sequence. Now, rather than saying, okay, today I'm going to update my site and we're going to start working on that in the beginning of the day in the morning. And by the time that we know it, it's already noon and we still haven't finished. And then we will want to extend that in the afternoon. And at the end of the day, you have worked all day on your website, but actually, nothing else is getting done, and the website may not still not be perfect. And so you'll have to work even more on that website. Now, I don't do that, right? This is because if there's no deadline, then I do not stop and I neglect other things that are even more important sometimes. So if you set that hour for working on a website, you will do as much as you can in that hour. You will do as much as you can in that hour, right? And by effect, you will do more in that 1 hour sometimes than you will do maybe in a whole morning, 4 hours of work, because you're so focused on what you're doing. And that is really the thing here. That is really one of the secrets, right? Now, besides that, another point, and this is what I love to talk about even more, is about being strategic with your time. You have strategic thinking, what I like to call is strategic timing, right? Why? Again, this is very important because we only have so much time. So we have to plan ahead. We have to know what we are going to do. So being strategic with our time. So that 1 hour time of building our website, we have to be strategic and we have to say, okay, what is the most important piece on our website that we need to update or we need to build that will generate the best output? And that could be a better headline, that could be a lead form, for example, right? So it's not about the website by in the whole, like the whole website, but it's about pieces in the website that we want to improve. And if we're strategic about it, meaning if it aligns to our 12-week goals, like what have we set forward for the next quarter, like if you want to bring in more leads, then building a lead form on a website makes sense. That's strategic, right? Because having more leads, if you break that down, then one of the pieces is having a lead form, right? So that is strategy around your using your time. You put that in the right time blocks, and putting that in 1 hour makes us more focused. But also, if we put that in 1 hour each week, then we know it becomes almost a habit that, okay, today is Friday and I always have 1 hour of time that I can spend on improving the website. So every Friday, the same day, the same time, I will do this. That's also strategy, because once it becomes a habit, it becomes much easier to stick to that. And you know it's coming. Your brain knows it's coming, so it will adapt. You will start thinking about that piece before you even start. That's also strategic thinking, strategic timing. And the last piece that I want to add to this is, if you look at your day, think about, create awareness about when are you most energetic. Do you have more energy in the morning, or do you have more energy in the evening? Whatever it is, put tasks that require a lot of energy from you at the time that you have a lot of energy. Otherwise, you will be doing those tasks maybe if you don't have energy or not enough, and then things, you will start procrastinating. You will not do the task because you don't have the energy, and you know how much energy these tasks take, so you don't do them. You don't feel like it. You'd rather do something else, and that's dangerous, because we put off tasks that we should be doing that are crucial. Maybe it's about financing, maybe it's about admin work, whatever it is. So try to look at your day and put some of those tasks at the time that you're most energetic, right? And if you're going during the day and you feel like your energy is dropping towards the evening, what you also can do is add some more non-negotiables, like going for a run across noon to get back your energy so you can go on longer. Now, being strategic with your time, all of these pieces will make sure that you can handle a lot of things at the same time, a lot of projects at the same time. Will make sure that you can handle working long days sometimes, but also will avoid that you're getting burned out. Avoid that you're getting burned out. And that is super important for us as business owners, because if we're getting burned out while building our business, yeah, it's going to be hard, right? So we don't want that. So those are parts of the whole time strategy, which is within the time management course. So let me know how you make sure that you are strategic with your time. What do you do? When is your best time during a day to do some of these tasks? Do you use time blocking? Do you see the concept of deadlines working for you? Have you set your goals and break them down into subtasks and making sure that you know what you're going to do? Did you set the same time and the same hour every single week to do some tasks? So these are some questions that you have to think about, and let me know in the comments if you're watching this, and let's talk about it, because it's an important piece. All right. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any more questions about value, about questions that I can answer, that I can give you, then let me know, and I will make a live training about that in one of the next weeks. For now, thank you very much. Have a great weekend, Titans, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.